Meet Jill. Vanilla is her favorite flavor, especially in ice cream. Like most people, Jill thought vanilla is a white or cream-colored ingredient. No, Jill. Vanilla are green beans that are cured into black beans and then made into extract. It is used to scent and flavor all kinds of products, yet is often associated with something plain or dull. But there's nothing dull behind the story of vanilla. Vanilla is native to Mexico and tropical Central America. The Aztecs were introduced to vanilla by their rivals the Totonacs, who are known as its first cultivators. Believing that it was a sacred gift from the gods, they used it for religious offerings and fragrance. It was unknown to the rest of the world until Spanish conquistador Hernando Cortés arrived in Mexico. Chief Montezuma of the Aztecs gifted Cortés a beverage made from cocoa beans, honey, and ground vanilla beans. Cortés was so captivated that he brought the beans back with him to Europe. It became so famous that many people attempted to grow vanilla in other tropical regions so they weren't dependent on supply from Mexico. However, the vanilla was unable to flourish outside of its native home. The vanilla flower would bloom and wilt in 24 hours, producing no fruit. Botanist Charles Morin discovered the pollinating relationship between vanilla and the melipona bee, an insect native to Central and South America. 323 years after Cortés, Edmond Albius, a 12-year-old French slave in Réunion, unlocked the mystery behind producing vanilla beans. He used a thin blade of grass or small stick to lift a protective covering in the orchid, allowing for easier pollination. His technique, which mimics the melipona bee, led to the spread of vanilla bean cultivation and is still used across the world today. Vanilla is a delicate orchid that takes 4 years to develop into a mature vanilla bean producing plant. It is the only orchid that produces edible fruit and flowers just one day of the year. If it's not pollinated, the flower will quickly wilt and die. Each flower produces a single vanilla bean. Vanilla orchids start as a vine that winds its way around a support tree. In Indonesia, gamal trees are commonly used as they are abundant and fast-growing. 9 months after hand pollination, a vanilla pod is formed. The beans are also harvested manually and cleaned before being dipped into 60 degrees Celsius water for 2 minutes. The scalding of the beans activates enzymes, beginning the curing process. The pods are then stored for 2 days in an insulated wooden box at constant temperature, resulting in the vanilla flavor and aroma we all know and love. The beans are removed from the box and placed in the sun for a few hours each day, and then go back into the box. This process lasts for 3 weeks. For another 3 weeks, they are kept in a well-ventilated, shady area until the moisture is stable. They go back into a wooden box for 2 months minimum to further develop aroma. During these 2 months, the beans are going back and forth between the wooden box and sorting to ensure quality. Considering the incredible amount of work that goes into the production of vanilla, it's amazing that the whole world has access to it. Unfortunately, the vanilla industry is suffering from some pretty significant challenges. As consumers search for more natural products, the demand for pure vanilla has grown. Surprisingly, almost 80% of the world's vanilla is grown in one place. Storm intensity is only worsening with climate change. The 2001 cyclone Huda was one of the most destructive cyclones seen in a prominent vanilla-growing region, decimating the fragile ecosystem. A natural disaster can have devastating effects on crops, with long-term negative impact on the market. In just a few weeks, global prices can jump or plummet 20%, which can be devastating for the farmers. Only during shortages do buyers look to source from alternative growing regions. High prices incentivize farmers from alternate growing regions to heavily increase vanilla planting. 4 years later, when these large volumes reach maturity, prices decrease. When the price is low, farmers no longer see the vanilla crop as sustainable income. They replace their vines with more lucrative, quick-yielding plants, causing major shortages of vanilla. Then, prices increase and the unsustainable cycle begins again. Volatility causes a yo-yo effect on quality and pricing. When prices are high, the vanilla becomes more valuable than ever, which often triggers theft. Farmers are pressured to rush to harvest early and sell immature vanilla beans. This creates stressful growing conditions for farmers, leading to major quality reduction. 15 kilos of immature green vanilla only creates 1 kilo of low-quality black beans. So what can we do to face these challenges? We have a few ideas. The ideal solution is to support growing vanilla in multiple locations across the world to prevent climatic disasters from impacting the market. Long supply chains and too many middlemen can add to the risk of product contamination and leads to poor traceability of goods. Product is often stored for too long. There is a lack of reliable information and transparency on the sourcing and buying process. This can often result in stale product and adulteration of the goods that finally arrive in the hands of customers. Here at Tripper, we simplify using a direct and sustainable supply chain to offer fresh and traceable products. The third key to sustainable vanilla is to establish long-term contracts, including a floor price with your farmers, to ensure consistent quality and quantity. At Tripper, we tackle the issue of income sustainability by promoting mixed cropping. Farmers are given seedlings and encouraged to grow alternative plants to support their family income and community while waiting for vanilla to be ready for harvest. Mature vanilla takes 9 months to grow into good quality green vanilla beans. Only 6 kilos of mature green vanilla is needed to make 1 kilo of premium vanilla with +2% vanillin content. By committing to these key behavior changes in sourcing and cultivation, together we can keep vanilla sustainable and accessible. Tripper, we add value at origin.